everyone, welcome back to my channel. That means my wonderful filming spot by this brick wall. I don't know if it looks like that on the video, but to me it looks like I'm in front of a green screen. I mean, I promise that I'm not. Here's a stick to prove it. As you do. The other day I was having a conversation with some of my friends about intrusive questions that people ask. I really don't understand why people care about other people's business, you know, stuff that doesn't even affect them. So I was just burning to make a video about it because I want to raise some awareness. Let's jump right in. The number one question that annoys me, or the theme I guess I should say, is questions around whether people are planning to have kids soon, or whether they're, you know, trying to get pregnant, or whether they are pregnant, or whether they're thinking about having the second child after they've had the first one, and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and make this short because I have so much that I want to say about this. But first of all, if these people haven't already shared it with you, they probably aren't going to. So asking them is just gonna make them uncomfortable. If they feel that they can share stuff like that with you, that's amazing. But if they are private about it and they don't want to tell anyone, and they want it to be a surprise, you know, like they don't want people to know that they're trying to get pregnant. I mean, I've heard of people who regret telling their friends that they're trying to get pregnant because their friends would be pestering them about whether they're pregnant or not, you know, like asking them like, did it happen yet? You know, all this shit. And it's like, if you're trying to get pregnant, I don't think you stress about, you know, having to give people negative answers all the time. That's not gonna help. And also, if these people have already told you they're trying to get pregnant, they're probably gonna tell you when they are pregnant. You know, most people wait like 3 months or whatever before they tell people. So you're just gonna put them in an awkward position. You know, don't ask them. Either they're gonna tell you themselves, or they're waiting to tell you because they just got pregnant and they don't want to tell anyone yet. And the sad side to this is that you don't know people's history about this. You don't know what they've been through. If someone has had a bad experience with a pregnancy, or if they've lost a child or something like that, you don't know. Like, your question is a really big trigger to them. And I mean, going through that is way more devastating than any of us can imagine if we haven't been through it. So why would you want to, you know, remind someone of their experience? This is just one of those things, like, you wait for people to tell you. You don't ask. It's not about you. Wait for them to tell you themselves. The second question I'm going to talk about is people asking couples that have been together for a while or whatever about, like, aren't you getting married or engaged soon or something like that? First of all, getting married or engaged or whatever isn't a goal for everyone. And it isn't for everyone. Like, not everyone wants to get married. And that's okay. We live in 2020, and it's not like it's a rule that people have to get married, or it's something that you should do, or it's something that should be expected of you. We all have different journeys. And second of all, if you are planning to propose to your partner, are you really gonna, you know, like, tell people? I mean, if you're asking this question, do you really think you're gonna get the response like, oh yeah, actually, I'm gonna propose to them this weekend? If people haven't already told you, then they're probably not gonna, you know, tell people before it happens. This is also something that it's between the two people, or more if you're poly, like, whatever. It's between the people that are in the relationship. It's not about you. So let's just wait for it to happen, you know? And this one is kind of related. It's asking people who have been together for, you know, this whatever amount of time, and they get the question of, like, why don't you live together? Oh my god, you've been together for that long and you don't live together. Like, are you not serious about this, or whatever? And everyone doesn't feel the need to live together. For some people it's not practical, for some people it doesn't make sense to live together, and some people just like having their own place. You don't have to live together. Everyone's different. Everyone's relationship works differently. People can make their own rules. I mean, there are married couples who don't live together. There are married couples who have kids, or people that aren't married who have kids and they don't live together, and it works, you know? And they're like, they still love each other. Different things work for different people. I don't think there should be a set, like, oh, this is what you have to do. After 1 year you have to move in together, after 2 years you have to get engaged, and then you have to get married, and then you have to have kids. There is no set time for anything, and different things are right for different people. Some people don't want to live with their partner, some people don't want to get married, some people don't want to have kids. It's completely up to them, and it doesn't affect you. So stop sticking your nose in people's business. This is another one. I mean, these are all kind of related around your status or whatever, but that's just because that's what my friends and I talked about. This one is people asking why your relationship isn't on Facebook. Like, oh my god, is it not official then? Or is it not a serious relationship? Since when did Facebook validate whether a relationship is serious or not? It's just as official, even if it's not on Facebook. I don't know what that has to do with anything. If you want to put your relationship on Facebook, cool. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to put your relationship on Facebook, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that. And whether it's on Facebook or not really has nothing to do with how serious it is or how real it is. I don't understand how people can even think that this is important. And the last question that I'm going to discuss today is people asking single people whether they've found someone yet. And this is another one of those, if they haven't told you, that they probably don't have news. And it's also just exhausting to have the same question everywhere you go or whatever. Or, I mean, this is probably especially from like relatives. It's not gonna make anyone feel better about themselves, and it really serves no purpose. Like I said, like they're gonna tell you if they have news or if they want to tell you, but if they maybe like they just met someone and they don't really want to tell anyone yet, because I think we've all had that, oh, I've just met someone, and then like 2 days later they're like, never mind. You know, sometimes you take a little time to tell people about something that's happened to make sure it sticks, you know? Yeah, it's totally unnecessary to dig around in people's business. They're gonna tell you if they have something to share. If you think that something's happening in someone's life and you want to know but they haven't told you, you can always ask them like, so what's new with you, or like what's going on. But don't ask them like, are you gonna have kids soon? Don't do that. So if you're one of those people who has been asking people these questions, just know that they're intrusive and you shouldn't be asking them. I'm not gonna judge you for it, but now you know. Like if you didn't know before, now you do, so please stop doing it. We can all improve on things, and this is one thing that you can improve on. But yeah, what's an intrusive question that you've gotten, or an intrusive question that grinds your gears? Please feel free to share them down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I shall see you next Friday. Wow, I almost forgot what day. Keep it the good vibes. Bye!